Hey, buds. Welcome to the Fantasy Buds podcast. It's your host, Brian Gold.
Mark Eletrio.
And I'm Tim Stewart.
And if you want to follow us on social media, you can go to the link tree in the description below and follow us on Threads, TikTok, and Instagram. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy the show. I mean, I still think I got him in a discount in the draft, but even then, I mean,
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Well, welcome back. It's so weird without the headphones now.
Yeah, I know.
It's like it's just like old times again.
But I kind of like it, though.
I do like it. It's nice. Welcome back to the Fantasy Buds podcast. And today's a special day because we have our number one fan, star of the show, Christian Navis.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm excited. I'm hyped.
Because you, this is our actual, number one fan.
Jeez.
Because you listen to us at the gym, which is fucking insane.
Yeah, I do. I do.
That's incredible. Just anybody doing that.
Just me listening to you guys at the gym and then seeing other people look at me and be like, why is this guy laughing? Why is he dozing off looking at the fan and just laughing?
Why is this dumb fuck
I'm like, little
laughing?
do they know I'm listening.
They're
to
just
the Fantasy
looking at
Buds
you and they're just like,
podcast.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. So Christian actually is replacing Tim permanently because Tim is off on a Pakistani treasure hunt inside of a cave. And he's probably being chased by a boulder right now.
And monkeys and fucking
Like
snakes.
Indiana Jones style.
He's got a whip. Like, he's at the end of the film and the woman's walking away and he just takes the whip and whips it around her and pulls her in.
Yeah,
That's what he's
pulls
doing.
her in.
That's the
Steals a
point he's at
kiss.
right now.
Steals your girl.
It's his character arc. Anyway, we are here today to talk about fantasy football as usual. My number one question for our special guest Christian today is, why do you like us so much? Why do you listen to us? We also know Christian. He's in one of our leagues, the TJ League. And he's actually facing off against Tim right now. That's probably why he couldn't come today. He was scared.
Tim's team fucking sucks.
That was
in our league.
That was the one thing I was going to talk about in today's topic.
We got a new soundbite of Tim too.
Yeah, that was the one thing.
His team,
He lost Chubb.
he did lose Chubb.
So
That's a huge.
I mean, I feel bad. He did lose Chubb. Obviously, Garrett Wilson, Tim was his number one fan, and he lost his quarterback this year. So there were some things, really, some factors that were not Tim's fault working against him. But I mean, the team's miserable.
Miserable.
No.
Both of us were both 1-3. Both projected 93 points.
You guys are
But
projected to tie.
I
If you guys
clocked out.
fucking tie.
I clocked out at 93, but he still has 3 yet to play today.
Well, he's got Jordan Love, Aaron Jones, and Daniel Carlson. So I think
How much
it's
are you
going to end
winning
up
by?
being close.
It's going to be close,
It's like
especially
39.
Jordan Love. Obviously, I'm a Saints fan, so he did march on their field against us to beat us.
How did you become a Saints fan?
So I followed Drew Brees when he was in Purdue.
Okay.
But when he went to the Chargers, don't forget, I was a little kid. I was like, I don't want to be a fan of a lightning bolt. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever time they were. So I was a Lions fan.
of a lightning bolt.
I was a Lions fan.
A Lions fan?
Yeah. Diehard Detroit Lions fan.
Are you still a Lions fan?
No.
Was it just because of Megatron
Yeah,
retiring and
all
the
that,
team's
and
bad?
because a lion, mighty in power. They're don't forget, this was when I was little. So
No, that's a
I
fair
just thought
argument.
about that, and then as soon as he went to the Saints, I was like the black and gold. I kind of like this.
And the Saints do have sick colors and uniforms.
It
I've
does
always
look
liked their
cool.
colors.
Yeah. I mean, it's black and gold, and I think that I would say I'm biased with the Eagles. Outside of the Eagles, that's probably a top tier uniform. I mean,
We are biased.
we are biased. Well, one
Obviously.
day, I mean, I respect anybody that's actually picks a team and just sticks with them
Sticks with them,
through
yeah.
everything, through all the bullshit.
for any period of time.
That's
Because
how the Saints look
we
pretty.
just woke up we were conscious one day in life, and then they were like, "You're an Eagles fan,"
Yeah.
And we're like, yeah,
Yeah, but unfortunately, some Philadelphia teams are fun, and then other ones are just
miserable.
like being flayed alive. Being a Philadelphia
Like, why
fan.
is this even a team?
Like, why do these teams exist?
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, the Saints just blew out fucking New England yesterday.
Yeah, dude.
So-
I did barely have to watch that game.
Dude, I enjoyed every minute of New England getting blown out on home field. by the
every
Saints.
time you just turned, it was just touchdown.
Touchdown.
That was a back-to-back blowout.
Yeah, the Saints,
Yeah.
Or no,
Well,
the
the
Patriots
New
got blown
yeah.
out last week by
Yeah.
Dallas, who just got blown out by the 49ers last night. Also.
They lost 38-3 and then 34-0.
So, no, yeah.
I mean, Saints have a legit defense. So, I mean, I think if Derek Carr can perform any sorts, they're probably going to win that division. They're probably
It's going to be a tough one. I'm also afraid of the Bucks too. Obviously, we lost to the Bucks. Baker did put a performance at the Superdome, but with Mike Evans and I don't know, it's just them two. The chemistry is just unreal.
They still have everybody except Tom Brady. And I know saying except Tom Brady is a lot, but I mean, Tom Brady was pretty average last year,
Yeah,
I would
but-
say, for the most part. So if Baker Mayfield can even be more than average, or at least a little, even a little bit above
Here's what I
average.
think is going to happen, because this usually happens with Baker. He'll have good stretches, and then he goes into a really bad slump, and it's like he's not going to be able to pull that team out of that hole, because I don't see, like we were talking about last week, which teams can we see like turning it around, like in our fantasy league. But in terms of the Bucks, I don't see them sustaining like their 3-1 record. Personally, I just don't have that feel yet. Like
gonna be
the
tough for
Lions,
them.
I feel that more
Oh,
with.
the
than-
Lions are just different.
I'm
man.
like
Yeah, they're a great team
different.
this year.
They're different.
and David Montgomery. Holy
And see, this
fucking
is
dog
why
shit.
we talked about a little bit. I know me and Brian did not like Jahmyr Gibbs before this season. And
We did not.
Not that we didn't like him, but I thought that the third, fourth round price tag was ridiculous.
Way
for
too
him.
high, and he wasn't Bijan.
No, it's not like he's Bijan. Like, it's not like he was drafted into a ridiculous, like an amazing situation where there's. I don't want to call Tyler Algier nobody, but just he was a fifth rounder. Bijan was the 8th overall pick. There's still David Montgomery. The Lions has just gone out and paid him the same summer, and Dan Campbell likes those bruiser running backs. Campbell,
Campbell soup.
Campbell soup, chunky.
Chunky Soup.
But
Chunky Soup likes running backs like that. I mean, we saw
He
Jamal
does.
Williams last season. Jamal Williams had averaged 3 yards a carry, had 15
forgotten in
touchdowns.
drafts or
Like,
undrafted.
Yep. And David Montgomery, I would argue, was pretty forgotten in drafts, going way later than Jahmyr Gibbs, about 3 rounds later for the most part.
Pretty fucking insane. And we were joking about it at the draft. We were saying follow the money, but like actually you really do in the NFL now. Because think about it. Why are these, like the owners do have a say in all this. Like they like to say that they don't, but they really do. Why are you not going to have someone on the field that you're paying millions and millions of dollars?
Why do you think Zeke was playing over Pollard still last season?
Because of the money,
I mean,
the
if you
contract.
get paid, you got to use them.
Yeah, like
that's the whole point.
It's just the
You're
whole-
just wasting money. He's
the
just
whole
sitting
deal with
there
it.
right there on the bench.
which you know who was not used at all? Mr. Jonathan Taylor.
No.
Zach Moss was, which honestly, I could see maybe because it was his first game back.
He did have no training camp.
No
so-
training camp. So
No training camp, but I did talk about that last night at my buddy's house, and he said that he was on a snap restriction. But
That makes sense. I could.
yeah.
see, I didn't see anything about that.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't see anything about that either.
They probably kept it low key because they thought the other team was probably planning for Jonathan Taylor, and then when does Zach Moss ever rip off a long fucking touchdown?
Zach Moss has
No,
actually
yeah.
been running really well for them.
He's
though,
been
so-
running well, but he gashed the fuck out of them yesterday. So I think down the stretch, Jonathan Taylor's gonna
Oh, he's going to ball out.
he's gonna
Well, that's
have
what
it.
I was-
ball out.
He's
what-
got the money now.
Well, the
So,
thing I was going to ask is, do you think that Zach Moss maintains any kind of role at all? Or
a little bit.
I mean, like, do
maybe
You
flex.
think, do you think Taylor will just completely take over the backfield? I don't know.
No, I think they're going to have they're going to be rotating back and forth.
I think,
I think he's
Taylor,
absolutely going to take over the whole backfield.
I think Taylor will end up being the majority running back. Like he will play
Oh, yeah,
most of the time.
100%,
But
Like, think about the deal he just got.
Yes.
Running backs aren't getting deals anymore.
they're
so
not.
with the running backs not getting deals, Jonathan Taylor's going to be fucking used.
And to me, I will admit I was very wrong about Jonathan Taylor. I did not think he would play this season, but to me, I figured the Colts would be about 1-4 at this point. The Colts have been a surprise this season.
So
I've never seen that.
Seeing Jonathan Taylor, like obviously he went to Salem. So when Salem played Woodbury, I was still in high school. So I was able to see Jonathan Taylor in Woodbury.
That's
And
crazy.
That's actually pretty awesome.
No, I swear to God. And my boy Tay, like obviously stopped him on a running play. Like he was like 70, about to be like around 70, 75 yard touchdown. My boy stopped him, but seeing him march on our field, I was like, this guy's gonna be a problem.
Yeah,
I was
this guy's legit.
I'm yelling in the fans, yo, he's going to the league, bro. He's going to the league.
Fucking ripped.
So
If
Jonathan
nobody's
Taylor-
ever seen what Jonathan Taylor looks
We're
like.
all from South Jersey, and Jonathan Taylor is a local guy from here.
He is local.
So it is
I never
pretty.
saw him though.
No, I mean I'm not gonna act like that I knew him.
Yeah.
but
No, yeah, it was
but,
like
but it is cool.
probably saying, you see Shaq, and then there's me right next to Shaq. Like that's the difference between him
size
and
difference.
the Woodbury players around that time. I'm like, holy shit.
Just a different breed of animal.
No,
really.
yeah.
So you think he will take over?
Oh, I think he absolutely will fucking take
If you
over.
held on to him, maybe it's working out for you. It's just maybe you end up like Tiny and actually have a pretty decent team, and you held on to him.
I think Gibbs is going to start like to really hold back Tiny's team. In
He
my
might.
opinion.
He
I think the
honestly
rest
might.
of his team is very solid. But
it's
Gibbs,
it's really good actually.
It's clear that Montgomery's the guy. It's not
yeah.
going to be Gibbs.
I mean, it's at the point where Gibbs is getting 8 touches.
I
we're
think
getting-
they just might be preserving him for like maybe the second year, third
They
year.
just spend a 12th overall pick on him.
But the draft versus the money doesn't
big-
really always.
Yeah.
I don't think Detroit wins. They're 4-1.
However,
or cares. They're 4-1. They're winning. Is
Yeah,
what
they're
I meant to
winning.
say. They're winning.
however, we were wrong about Bijan, and
we were wrong about Bijan. So we
our
actually
guest Christian actually took him in the first round.
actually-
First round. I was
bashed-
surprised they landed him.
we actually bashed Christian a little bit.
We
for
did.
taking Bijan, but not because we didn't like Bijan.
I did not like the situation at all.
Dude, the Arthur Smith pisses me off.
And also Desmond Ritter isn't. He's not. I don't think he's not the answer
He balled out yesterday. I'll give it to him
for fantasy.
But I don't think he's the answer long term. But Bijan, dude, the talent is just
You just see it. You just got to look at
Ridiculous.
it, and it's right
His
fucking
balance
there.
game was unreal, just going through the pile, and then next thing you know, it just pops right out and then just runs.
every run is a threat to go like 10 or more yards, basically. And
If he breaks out, like you said, if he breaks out, I said to myself, that's like another 10 more yards coming our way.
oh yeah, and they're throwing him the ball to Algier is slowly not being phased out. He's still playing, but Bijan outtouched anybody on Atlanta yesterday still. So I think the Falcons understand he's their best player. I mean, on
He's
offense,
on the whole team.
Him and Algier, they rotate, right? Yeah.
They do, but
little bit.
They
Bijan
don't
still
have like
gets.
they don't have a set.
Bijan still gets majority of the work, but Algier still does play quite a bit.
Yeah.
And I mean, like you can't have.
I'll show respect to Algier.
Welcome back, y'all, to the fucking podcast. We just had some technical difficulties, and we apologize. Our Chris is now over the deck. We threw him over.
Yeah, so if anybody has any sound production experience, we need a producer. So reach out to the show, reach out to our Instagram, the @FantasyBuds podcast.
No, Chris is great. It's just technical difficulties. That's all. However, I did have to hold him down like I did to the Hornets and spray him with Windex
Until he learns to get his shit together.
And they're Hornets. They would have attacked us, so self-defense. And
Self-defense, yep.
I put them down. That's all.
We don't hurt bees
We
here.
won't hurt bees, but the Hornets, they're not nice. So that's just how it is. But like, imagine if we saw like one of the fucking what'd you say it was, the hawk?
Oh, the tarantula hawk.
That's right.
I'm telling you.
I'd rather not be around.
I'm telling you, those things. If you've ever played Fallout, they're like the Cazadors. From there, like it's and if you have played that
Fucking
game, there's some
Cazador.
scary fucking things. You see one of them, you run the other way immediately. They will murder you.
Oh, yeah.
No question about it. Yeah, you see that thing?
Dude,
I wouldn't. I'd
Yeah,
just
you
kill
see-
me.
They're
It's like
huge too. They're
bigger
fucking
than my middle finger.
They're fucking huge. But I'll tell you what, you know who's a fucking cazador on the football field? DJ Moore.
Oh my
Ooh,
God.
DJ Moore.
I almost blew a fucking the 61 point lead.
Me too. I
had.
actually almost
Yeah.
lost my game where I had DJ Moore. Both of my leagues where I had DJ Moore, I almost lost them both.
I was
Still.
projected to fucking lose because Jefferson got hurt. Mahomes was doing nothing. And I got one catch from Devonta Smith.
So can we talk about how Mahomes has honestly been very average so far
Yeah.
mid.
this season?
He's mid.
He's turning into like a buy low candidate. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah. I was actually looking at him yesterday. I was looking at your team because I fucking hate your team because I think it's the best team in the league. I was
Long way
looking
to
at,
go.
and I was like, Mahomes, he's the QB 11 right now,
That is true.
and like he's been very, very, very mid.
I mean, I still think I got him in a discount in the draft, but even then, I mean, I'm.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah, we gotta keep that. Can we keep that?
Now we have a bee manning the camera. This is like.
This episode is officially gone off the rails.
This is.
Thrillville off the rails.
I never.
Oh.
I used to love
I'm-
that game.
I missed that game.
I have that on my PSP.
We are live. Okay.
So I actually wanted to say something about DJ Moore. Like, do you think? I think he's been everything as advertised so far.
He has. Like, outside of his week one game, he's been a dominant wide receiver one. Like, he's not getting peppered with targets like we thought. Like, he would be a PPR machine, but he's just.
He's the only guy there.
He's good.
Like, he's getting it done.
He's getting open. He's breaking tackles.
I'm honestly happy to see it because I always have liked DJ Moore ever since he had come out of Maryland. I've always thought he was so talented. He's never had any quarterback in his whole career.
He really has.
I actually like I agree for the guy. Like he's had nothing.
Just
You could
hidden talents in like teams that like obviously going into the Thursday night, obviously what are they 0-3, 0-4?
yeah, they
Yeah.
do.
I'm like, just imagine if he wasn't there, like if he had
Dude,
a
it
better
took-
quarterback.
230 yards and 3 touchdowns to beat
Yeah,
him.
he
Like,
was 8 for 10 targets for 230 yards, 3 touchdowns, and for a Bears win 40-20.
Like, I mean, imagine if he got traded to the Chiefs, or something, or to be honest, even
would
Green
break
Bay.
I would break the league if he went to the Chiefs.
Oh my god, dude! Like I think he could be the wide receiver one in all fan. He is right now. And
He
look,
is
I
ahead of
know
Jefferson.
I know this was an outlier week, and I don't think he'll finish as the wide receiver one.
No.
But
But I mean, he's his 4th, 5th round ADP, looking pretty good
I
right
mean,
now.
I reached on him, but right now he's my second flex. So he has been my second flex. He's my wide receiver. I guess he's in the top 2 now because he can rip off that kind of a fucking game. I mean, you got to give him credit for now, I guess.
He's always done that, though. It's just few and far between because he would be on such an anemic offense most of the time that
Yeah.
We got
It's all right.
another
It's not a
special
Hornet.
guest.
it's not a
Yeah, we
Hornet.
have another
Another
guest.
special guest, Barry B. Benson,
Barry B. Benson.
on the show.
So it's been crazy. My mind is all over the place right now. We just had
A lot happened. A lot
It did.
a lot happened. Like it just the deck exploded. With a fucking
So wait, so I want to ask you guys a question. So there's one player that might be the biggest anomaly I've ever seen in fantasy football right now.
who?
Devon Achane.
What is
What? So what
What
do
to
we
make of
think
that?
about? Do you think that because
Stud.
you say you believe in it? Because
like,
I
No,
believe
yeah.
in it.
do you think it's sustainable?
Maybe not that level of explosion that he's at, but I think if you're gonna bet on an offense right now, why not bet on the best or the fastest
So yeah.
offense in fantasy?
So it says A-Chain or whoever you say his last name
I'd say AJ.
clocked out at 21.08 miles per hour. Are you kidding
It's a
me?
track team.
If I'm playing against the Dolphins and you're like, yeah, you're gonna have to sick him, I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm giving you a heads up. They're gonna be scoring a lot.
Then Tyreek Hill clocked it at 22 miles per hour in the same game.
22.01.
In the same game. I don't know how you stop this. I
Some
don't.
dude singing.
Tyreek Hill, like if you watch the Dolphins, it looks like he catches the ball and he warps past the first down. Like he is so
slowly
fast.
gets faster and faster.
Like yeah, like he literally instant transmission, like
I'm
Dragon
like,
Ball.
Yo, drug test this guy right now. There's no way you shouldn't be this fast.
Like I don't even get excited anymore. Like I was like, 69-yard touchdown for Tyreek Hill.
I
There
was
it
like-
is. Like It's every week.
You said yesterday, I fucking lost it. You're like, there's Tyreek with his weekly ICBM or something.
It's just every week. Like,
Just a fucking
and then
bomb.
and then like, the whole backfield runs a 4-3, pretty much. And I mean, Mostert, who's been basically nothing his whole career, that's having a resurgence at age 31 on this offense. And I think it's just because he fits into it perfectly.
I think they're just faster than everybody.
Exactly.
Like, just they don't even need the break tackles. They're just out racing.
The Dolphins are just different.
They're scary.
They are different.
So they actually, statistically, they are already better than the greatest show on turf Rams.
And why do you think that the greatest show on turf was so great? Because they had a quarterback that could distribute the ball like accurately and on time to all these fast weapons. So it's the same fucking thing, and they have the coaching to do it. Like Mike McDaniel's, he's like an offensive genius, like just like Mike Martz was.
Mike McDaniel,
I love McDaniel.
I like Mike McDaniel.
He's a good coach.
He's a really, really good coach.
He looks like one of us.
No, literally. I'm like, yo, he's 12-year-olds coaching the team. Right now.
Then he goes out there like he. It was like how you were saying about how Jonathan Taylor standing next to the other. It's like Mike McDaniel standing next to anybody on his team, pretty
Just
much.
insane.
But Achane though, this guy's ripped off 3 straight 100-yard games, and I want to say in 2 out of 3 of the games he has not eclipsed 12 touches, and he's still getting 100 yards.
So that part,
and he's scoring.
So that part. That's what I mean, the explosiveness. But I think the offense will be in position to score enough to where he's going to get you at least 10 every week, like double digits. Like a guy that was literally free in drafts, or you got him off the wire. If you can get that out of your RB2, or maybe you had no running back, or you lost Nick Chubb, that could be your RB1.
A lot of people dropped Achane after the first 2 weeks. I almost did in TJ.
I almost did too in free agency.
Did.
Imagine you guys dropping, and then next you know, like
60.
obviously he explodes, and then you're just like, why?
And then 2
probably
weeks
would've-
after, he still gets 30 points, but both games.
The-
It's insane.
I probably would have jumped into a Brazen Bowl if I dropped him. Because, dude, I'm just a
no.
kiss of death in fantasy football. Like, I feel like I always do the wrong thing sometimes, like with just starting people. In my one league, I benched DeAndre Hopkins, and I benched DeAndre Hopkins, and I benched Dallas Goedert. Luckily, I still won.
But for a month straight, they were giving you practically
Yeah.
nothing. So that it's like, of course.
But then, who did I start, though? Jamison Williams, 2 points.
Well,
And then I started Zach Ertz.
I don't know why
he
you
was
did
whatever.
that, brother.
I don't know either. But it's all right because I had DJ
fucking-
Moore, so it's all right.
That's how it is. I in the Outback League, I benched D-Hop, and I started Reynolds because I know Amon St. Brown was hurt.
I don't think
Reynolds
that's a bad
actually
start.
was-
I thought that was a
it
good
wasn't-
start.
Yeah. But
But-
like, I forgot
Of
how
course,
much
the
in
the
points.
1 week you bench him,
D-Hop dropped like 20
tails all his
points,
fucking
too.
time.
He exploded.
I'm like, oh man.
Exploded, dude. So I think we covered a lot of ground. I think
So you got a game for us today?
we're going to bring it back from last season, match that stat or go shit in your hat, where I give you a stat line and I'm going to give you some names for said position, and you tell me which stat matches with said player. So first category is quarterback. This quarterback went 18 of 26 for 183, 2 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. Is it A, Joshua Dobbs, B, Derek Carr, C, Russell Wilson, D, Matt Stafford, or E, Kenny Pickett? And I would like both of you, sorry, I forgot to say, no phones.
You said 18 for what?
18 for 26,
18 for
183 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks.
183 yo picks.
Who the fuck did Denver play?
The Jets.
They played the Jets.
the Jets.
I'm gonna guess Russell Wilson.
Okay, Mark,
For it.
Russell Wilson. Lock it in.
It was Josh Dobbs, Derek Carr, Russell Wilson, Matt Stafford, and there was one more, right?
There's the E.
Pickett.
Kenny Pickett.
yeah.
Kenny Pickett. I'm gonna go with Kenny Pickett.
Just thinking, all right, I'm gonna do Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson, Kenny Pickett.
Yeah.
I'm going to say you guys are incorrect. It was Derek Carr.
Oh my God, Christian, are you kidding me? I took your word
Well,
for
earlier
it.
today, I told you I barely watched that game because it was a blowout.
So
I was like, if it was Derek Carr, Christian would have been like, oh, yeah,
that was
I know
Derek
this
Carr.
shit.
I was curious. So Dobbs had 166, 2 and 2. Wilson was 196, 2 and 0. Stafford 222, 2.
222 and 2.
222.
Yeah.
And Pickett had 224 and 1.
Twos on the board. Yeah, I saw
All
that.
right. Let's move on to running back.
We make it hard on purpose.
Yes, we do. So this is now running back. This running back rushed for 12 times for 48 yards and 0 touchdowns.
Ugh.
I dug deep for this one. It's pretty ugly. So Kendra Miller, Tyler Algier, Derrick Henry, Amari DiMercado, and Gus Edwards.
Who?
Amari DiMercado.
Who is that?
I don't even know who that is.
He plays for Arizona.
Oh, he got his first touchdown, didn't
Yeah.
he? Yeah.
But he scored yesterday, and I was like, who the fuck is that?
He did score. I know Kendra Miller.
Derrick Henry blew.
He had a couple touches yesterday.
He did, and he actually looked good on a couple
Did you
of
also
them.
hear that I said Gus Edwards?
Yeah.
Gus
Okay.
Edwards, yeah. 48 yards?
12
touchdowns.
carries, 48 yards,
12.
and no touchdowns.
12,
He said he
48.
dug deep.
Derrick Henry is in there, but is
Pardon
it
me?
a trick question?
Part of me really wants to say Derrick Henry because I know Derrick Henry sucked and Tajay Spears was really good yesterday. I'm going to say Gus Edwards.
I'm going to go with Miller.
Lock it in. I thought it was all coming down again. You're going to lock it in with
Yeah,
Miller
yeah.
and your Edwards?
I'm going to say Gus Edwards.
All right. Mark, you are correct.
Ah, yes.
And Christian, you're wrong.
My
it was
second
Gus
guess was
Edwards for
Kendre
12
Miller.
for 48. So Kendre was 12 for 37.
12 for 37.
Tyler was 17 for 40.
That's-
Derrick Henry,
oh.
13 for 43.
Yeah, you see, that's the 12. I was
17
like, he definitely got
for
12.
What about Amari DiMercado?
He actually did better than all of them. He
Wait,
had
what's-
10 for 45 and a touchdown.
Okay, yeah, that was the best
No,
one.
Hey,
yeah.
Libby.
What's up, doggy?
We're now, so Mark's
Receiver,
winning
right?
1-0, and we're going into wide receiver. So this receiver had 5 catches for 73 yards and no touchdowns. Is it Puka Nacua, Zay Flowers, Josh Reynolds, Drake London, or Christian Kirk?
What was the yards?
5 catches for 73 yards.
5 for 73. It's definitely not Puka.
I'm going to say Zay Flowers.
I'm going to go with Zay Flowers as well.
I'm going to lock it Zay Flowers.
Zay Flowers?
Lock.
You both are correct.
I have him on Dynasty.
Okay, so you
I have-
probably.
I have
And
him
I
on
have him on
bench.
Dynasty, and that sounded familiar. That stat line.
I tried to pick that's fair because receivers do good every week, so it's kind of hard to find unique lines like the
Yeah,
running
like-
back ones. Like that one's
Oh,
always
that is
going to
so
be difficult.
funny. Some of the running
That's
back.
why I love, especially the tight end's going to be horrible.
Oh,
Just
geez.
wait. So yeah, that was Zay Flowers for 573. Puka, we know he scored, so it wasn't him. Josh Reynolds scored, we know, but Drake London and Christian Kirk both had 6 for 78.
was gonna,
So they were
Drake
all
London
within
actually
the
had a
same-
pretty good game. Yeah.
So they're all within the same stat line. It's just you had Zay Flowers, of course. You fucking.
That's
bitch.
really the only reason. I have him in Dynasty.
I have him in my Yahoo. He's on my bench.
All right, and now finally tight end. The 6 for 67 and 0 touchdowns. Is it Mark Andrews, Dalton Schultz, Tyler Conklin, Jonnu Smith, or Kyle Pitts?
This is terrible.
oh,
It's not Kyle Pitts because Kyle Pitts actually had, I think he had 15. And I don't think, what was the stat line?
6 for 67.
6 for 67. Who was
Dog.
Who was C and D?
That was Jonnu Smith and Kyle Pitts, teammates actually now on the Atlanta Falcons.
Well, I know Jonnu Smith fumbled. I'm pretty sure.
Nah, I think I'm going with him. Jonnu Smith, lock it in.
Christian's locking in
It
Jonnu
was
Smith.
6 catches for
67 yards.
67 yards.
That's crazy.
Oh, shit.
Oh, don't fucking hurt yourself, brother.
It's not Tyler Conklin. Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, this is bothering Mark.
Dalton Schultz. Oh my god, this is so
Mark Andrews.
bad. I'm gonna say Tyler Conklin because he's so like out of left field in there. I'm gonna guess him.
So you guys are now tied.
You are both incorrect.
You were no,
No,
Mark's
I'm
incorrect. And
Did
Johnny,
you get Johnny Smith?
Yeah.
he got it right. So he tied you, which is why. So Mark Andrews had 6 for 65. Schultz had 7 for 65 and 1. Conklin 4 for 67.
Ugh.
And Johnny Smith 6 for 67.
Tight
so
ends
it
are
was
miserable.
They're just miserable now. I miss the old days with Greg Olson and Jimmy Graham and fucking all those guys.
Remember Tyler Eifert's one great year?
That's still better than any of the fucking shit we're getting now.
And Gary Barnage.
Gary Barnage.
His one good season.
So since you two are tied in this game, I created a bonus question already. So who had the most field goals made this week? Is it Kaimi Fairbairn, Greg Zerline, Cairo Santos, or Blake Group?
What? Blake Group? Who the fuck is Blake Group?
Oh my God.
I'm gonna guess Kaimi Fairbairn. That's my guess. Because every time I looked at the TV, he was kicking a field goal for the Texans.
I'm gonna go with Greg the Leg.
Greg Sirloin.
So
Zerline.
Mark's locking in Kaimi, and Christian's locking in Greg. Christian wins.
Oh my
It
god.
was Greg the Leg.
I'm
You gotta
dog
go with
shit.
Greg the Leg.
I'm dog shit at this game.
That was a good game.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
I'm actually glad that's how it played out. So that was good thing we brought it back this season.
It's only fitting that the guest wins.
It's fitting and not scripted.
No, it's
Clearly
actually
with
not.
the fucking
I'm just
we've had to
dumb
stop
as
like
fuck.
probably 4 times and then we had it's our first episode outside. Nature is against us right now, but she'll be on our side once she watches. She's watching this episode. Maybe she's
She
happy
is,
about it.
yeah. Maybe she'll stop throwing umbrellas at us.
All right. Well, gentlemen, I think that about wraps up the show. Christian, thank you for coming
Pleasure.
on
Pleasure.
and giving us
Pleasure.
your time.
Oh yes.
That is the Fantasy Buzz podcast. And
Play
we
the
will
song.
Play the fucking song. We will catch you next week. Have a good one.
All right. Take care. Take care.